Hello there, YouTube. Devin here again, and today I am super excited to bring you this. And we'll get into that later, but what we have here for you is a Portuguese World War I Expeditionary Force canteen. Now, this has a lot of really dated things on it, a lot of really neat features, and I think it's actually a very, very good canteen for World War I. As far as a lot of the other canteens I've seen issued during World War I, this is probably up there with the best. I'd say this is probably a close second to the American M1910 canteen, actually, as far as canteens that were issued during the First World War. And I am super excited to get one of these, super excited to get one in this nice condition. This is going to be an excellent piece for my collection, because if you guys don't know anything about me, I absolutely love World War I. It is my favorite time period to read about. It's the thing I study the most, and it's the thing I know the most information about. And on top of that, I really, really love the Portuguese Empire, because it is a very, very underrated empire and country, and I absolutely love Portugal. So this is like combining two of my favorite things together. So glad I found one, paid out the ass for it, but I'm super glad I have one now. And it's going to be an excellent display piece. So we'll get right into it. There was a couple different models there of this canteen, from what I understand, and there was this one with the shoulder strap, and then there was one that just had a belt hook on it. Most of the ones issued were the belt hook models, but you can see these interchangeably in the infantry and the cavalry, the belt hook ones, and the over-the-shoulder strap ones. Now the leather on this, as you can tell, being over 100 years old probably, is quite dry. It's actually in fairly good condition. Whoever had this before me took, I wouldn't say the best care they could have of it, but pretty decent. So, but we'll get right into it. I already undid the buckle for you. The canteen is your standard kind of wool-covered canteen, except it's actually woven. It's not like just a pressed wool fiber. It's actually woven wool thread. As you can see the pattern there, the little steps in it and stuff. That's pretty awesome, I think. Pretty cool. And it makes a more durable canteen cover. But we'll try to get this undone here for you, and we'll take a look at like how we normally do. We'll take a look at the cup first. Now this is, it's pretty much just a handleless enamelware cup. It's a piece of raw steel, as you can tell by the rust, where the enamel has chipped off. This cup has started to rust. So there is a faint stamp on there. Did you guys see that? But this cup is actually a pretty decent cup. It's actually a pretty thick steel. There's not a lot of give to it. It's white glazed, white enamel on the inside, and it's a kind of olive drab green enamel on the outside. It's actually pretty good condition. I'm glad to have one of these. A lot of the canteens you find are missing the cup. So, and a lot of them are also damaged in the fact that the welded strap routing bar here is broken off. So the cup is, it still attaches the canteen, but it's not complete because normally this bar is missing. But we'll get into the canteen itself now. Now the canteen itself is kind of a round style. Now this is a shape that they've carried over even into their modern plastic canteens. This is a shape they still have, is this kind of oval, rounded off at the bottom shape. And they've shrunk it down a little bit to fit in a standard M1910 style canteen cup, but it's still the same shape. Just a cool historical reference there. Brass hardware on everything. The brass is quite tarnished, as you could tell. Roller buckles, though, very nice. The leather cover is very thick. It's all replaceable. Nothing's truly like held together. You could replace everything as you want. The canteen inside is pretty much unused. There's not, or it was very little used, because I shined a flashlight in there and took a look at it. And it's actually, the enamel on the inside is actually very in excellent shape. The cork is a little bit dry and kind of gross. So I'll probably end up replacing the cork on this one, because it won't affect it too much. But as you can see, it's just a screw that goes all the way through, and there's a little nut and washer that holds it on. So nothing fancy as far as the cork goes. But I really like all the attention to detail they put into this. Even the little buttons on the canteen, I don't know if you can see that really well, have the Portuguese cross in them, the little emblem, right there on the snaps. So I just thought that was pretty cool as well. So very, very happy I got one of these. These were used from World War I up through World War II, even into like the 60s and 70s. Some medical branches still used canteens that were very similar to this. The covers and straps and arrangements might have changed a little bit, but the canteen itself has stayed through what would have been used through both World Wars and right into the Cold War, pretty much right up until plastic canteens. Their plastic canteens were adopted in the 60s and 70s. They would have stayed with these steel enamelware canteens, because it's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it worked, and they had plenty of these around, and they're very unique and they're very good, actually. So super glad I could get one of these. Had it shipped all the way from Portugal. I actually spent more on the shipping than the canteen itself. But I'm actually really, really, really glad to have this in my collection now. And hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, because I really, really like this sort of stuff. And it's absolutely great that I could find one of these, I think. And it's just, you don't see this stuff every day. So when I find this, I jump on it. And it's probably not good for the old, bank account. But if I could, preserve a piece of history like this and get it all worked out and, show it to you guys, the world, all my YouTube subscribers and everything, so you guys can appreciate it and people can have reference to this and see it, it's all worth it to me. I mean, I might be kind of losing out financially, but everyone else is gaining. So thank you so much. I'll just do the buckle later. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stuff as much as I do. Greatly love World War I stuff. Greatly love Portuguese stuff. I like a lot of other things, but those two are some of my favorite. And hopefully you guys like this video. You subscribe if you like this sort of thing. I'd like to get your opinions on this canteen. Any extra information you have or anything like that I might have not covered, so people that are reading the comments and the description and stuff can find that additional information. Do your best to help each other out down there, because sometimes I do miss stuff. So I encourage you all to read the comments and read the description of every video, because oftentimes I will put stuff that I know I missed in the description, and other people can correct me and add their information in the comments as well. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.